I'm sorry, I had it on mute. I think we have a quorum. I know there's 4 members on there. So Philip, I think you're gonna be hosting this meeting.
Fun.
Adele hasn't gotten on, so.
She didn't relay a message or anything about gonna be on?
No, she said she would be available. And I guess we can send her a reminder.
Guys.
Hey, come to save the day. I'm glad you're there.
Are you sure you can run it anytime, Philip?
I don't like to run things. You can be president of the United States as far as I'm concerned.
Do we have quorum, Javier, or are we waiting for?
Yeah, no, we have a quorum.
Oh, I was the late bird. Sorry about that.
I think everybody is on. I don't think we're missing anybody.
Okay, all right. Well, do you want me to get started?
Sure.
Okay, all right. So item number 1, we are calling the Parks Board meeting for September 22nd, 2020 to order. And a roll call. I'm on the call, Philip is on the call, and I can't see everybody else. I see Aurelio and
Ed is on there.
Yeah, I'm here.
Ed.
Diana.
Hi, Diana.
Hi.
Any other board members on the call?
I'm here. Abel.
Abel's on the phone.
Abel's on the call? Okay. Is that all of us?
I think so.
All right, excellent. Item number 3, citizen communication. Do we have any?
No, we did not.
Okay. Moving on to item number 4, discussion and possible action on amending the ordinance for park hours for Hugh Ramsey Nature Park and the Thicket Nature Park.
Yes, we had a couple of citizens recently email the mayor and the city manager, and you know it hasn't been just this couple of emails, but it's been there's been several in the past about their concerns of activities going on at Hugh Ramsey, and so what we've had our staff go out there and close the gates, close the restrooms early. I shouldn't say early, but the time that the ordinance requires. And so there's people still in the parking lot, 9, 10 o'clock at night. And so we know that they're not bird watching. And so, so what we would like to do is to be able to deter some of these activities is to change the hours at the Hugh Ramsey and at the Thicket. And so we wanted to do is use the same hours that we do for the Arroyo Trail, which is sunset sunrise to sunset. And so what I want to do is if y'all are in support of it, I would work on the ordinance, take it to the city commission, and then have them consider the change in hours of those two parks.
Okay.
So we-
Board, what questions do y'all have?
I think it sounds good.
I think that's a very good idea. Because this has been an ongoing issue for some time.
Yes. And so
Javier, is there any way that we can put surveillance cameras like in the parking lots and stuff out there?
yeah, we do, Abel, we have cameras up there, and so we met with PD, with the police department, about 2 weeks ago, right, Mando? And they were suggesting, to do certain things, and so what they're doing is they're increasing their patrol, and they're actually getting off their units and walking the trails, and so, but we do have cameras there, and I think that they also recommending for us to add more cameras, and so that's what Mando is looking at right now.
Yeah, because I know I've taken my son out there a couple of times, and it's not a safe place to be with kids either.
No,
I mean,
it's
there's
not,
some
and,
creepy
yeah, it
people
is
out there.
Yeah, it is creepy. And so the interesting part of this is that the two people that the emails came from were from individuals outside of the city. And so what that tells us is that there's people not just in Harlingen, but Brownsville and in Hidalgo County that come to Hugh Ramsey for the nature, right? And so to bird watch and do those things. And so they were concerned, just seeing some of the activity going on and some of the stuff that was left behind. And so anyway, we want to kind of deter some of those activities, like I mentioned, and kind of keep it and kind of clean it up.
Well, what if we were to like clear out some of that brush line to visibly see the parking lot from the street? I think that would deter a lot of stuff too.
Yeah,
maybe not level it, but clear it out where you just leave the trees where you can actually see in to the parking lot. You know what I mean? Because it's not. I mean, how many feet is it? Maybe a good 15 yards from the street.
Yeah, more or less.
And just clean out some of that brush so that the parking lot is visible, and maybe that'll stop some of the activity that's there. Like it's the bad activity, I should say.
Right. And that's a good point, because PD also brought that up, that we should clear it out. And so the only concern that I have, and it's really not a concern, but just to kind of make sure that we clear it with the Master Naturalists and the Audubon Society, because that area there is designated as a garden, and they named it after somebody several years back. And so I know that recently they've revegetated that area. So, but I know that the safety, kind of trumps,
Would it be hard to put a little playground right there for the kids, and instead, and maybe make that part of her, her whatever the park they named after her or whatever, like, just to keep it, I don't know, more family oriented. So I had my little brother goes jogging through there, and somebody pulled out a gun on him last week there at the place, and when he was running. So they were trying to lure him and call him, and he kept running, and the car kept following him, and finally he stopped. And he's like, "What the hell's your problem?" And the guy pulled out a gun, and he took off running. So he was pretty shook up on that.
Yeah, we could, like I said, we could visit with the Audubon Society and the Master Naturalist to see if we can, if they have no issues with us doing that.
So do I hear a motion on amending the ordinance for the park hours to sunrise to sundown?
I make a motion that we change the hours from sunrise to sundown at both parks.
Do I hear a second? Okay, seconded by Diana. Any opposed? Okay. All right, motion carries unanimously. Thank you, board. Item number 5, updates on parks.
Do you want me to take on the destination park, Mando?
Yeah, that's fine, Javier, if you want to go over that one.
Okay, so on the destination park, they're moving along. Several of the obstacles that we had, we've kind of addressed them already, which was getting AEP out there to remove some of the electrical poles and transformers off one of the parking lots. And so that was one of the only things I think that was holding us up. And then there were some poles inside the park as well that needed to be removed. And so anyway, we're working on those. Those are coming along. And so the contractor is telling us that they're still gonna be able to probably hit their finish date, which is November the 13th, I believe. And so even though, you know, they've had issues with COVID and with rain. And so if you all go out there, if y'all want to take a tour, we can schedule that, or you know, you can go by and see it coming along. But it looks really, really nice. And when we finish this thing, it's going to be a really neat and nice addition to our city and the city parks.
And where is this, Javier? Where is this again?
This is across from the Casa Amistad on Fair Park. It's the destination, which is Loncy Hill.
Yeah, no, actually, I've seen that, and it is coming around. Yes.
Yeah.
Nice.
So it's gonna be a really, really nice place when we when it's complete. And so what we've done is we did a presentation to the 4B, which is the Community Improvement Board, and we kind of updated them on where we're at on the project. And so they really like what we're doing there, and so they've kind of indicated that they may want to consider maybe doing phase 2 of the project. If y'all recall, I think there was 5 phases in this project, and so we're looking at that. They're going to revisit those other phases, and they're going to probably make a recommendation. I think we're going to have a meeting with them in about 45 days, so that we can see if they're you know, serious about doing the additional phase of the project.
Vic, can you let us know what phase 1 included? That completion date is November 13th.
Yes. Yeah, so what it was is a lot of it had to do with kind of the infrastructure part, right? So we added all new irrigation. We closed down L Street and L&a-half Street. We're building, we're adding more parking spaces, and we're improving the existing parking spaces. And then, of course, we're adding one large pavilion. And as you can see in that bottom left-hand corner of the image, the slide, I should say. And so we're adding a gazebo, the entryway, it's coming along. And then there's several little pergolas in the entryway where there's gonna be seating. We're gonna have benches there. And then I think there's 2 or 3 picnic shelters that are standalone. And so we're gonna have picnic tables there. And then we have restrooms that are being built next to the field over by the Boys and Girls Club use. And then there's, of course, the sidewalks that we're adding throughout the park as well. And then, of course, the landscaping. Oh, one other
Is
thing.
that constant?
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Is it going to be like constantly open, or is it gated, or how is it?
Well, it's gonna have a gate up front, but it will be open in the back end where the Boys and Girls Club is. But the hours of will be the same. From the curfew will actually be from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. the following day. So the park will be closed at those times. One other thing that I forgot to add, in a kind of, I think we're able to maybe going, was We did light up, we added a lot more lighting to the park along the trails. It's decorative lighting. And then we have the splash pad, I shouldn't call it splash pad, the spray feature, which is in the center of the park as well. And so those will have, I think it's 8 lights that are, the spray feature itself, the nozzles will have LED lights, and so they're going to be color changing. And then we have seating around that spray feature, and there's a large pergola that's kind of concave that around the spray feature area. It looks really, really nice.
That's awesome. Can you, do you have phase 2 with you? Can you tell us what is in phase 2?
Well, phase
Proposed?
2, yeah, phase 2, actually, phase 1 included the trail in the back behind the Casa Amistad. And so we were gonna close all that area off and build a trail with some basketball courts. And I think there was some more picnic areas, and I can't remember if there was a restroom in that second phase in the back. And then phase 2, I can't remember if it was the amphitheater. And that's been brought up as well, that they really want to build that amphitheater there in that park. And so if I recall, I think it was the amphitheater that they want to, or that's in phase 2.
Javier, I have a question. So the trail, there's no trail that is trails that are going to be completed on the 13th of November.
No, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
We had to take that out of this the bid when we did the project right now. We had to take it out because it was over budget.
Okay.
Great. Thanks for answering those questions. It's been a while since we talked about it, so I needed an update.
And again, if y'all want to tour it, just let us know. We'll get with the contractor and we can take a walk through there and show you, and you can kind of touch and feel some of those things. I mean, it's very impressive seeing those things, up front.
I think I wouldn't mind doing that in October, maybe before or after our next meeting or something, if we can.
Okay.
Good idea, though.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Okay, the next item, what do we got?
We got the tennis centers next. Update on that.
Okay. Do you want to cover that one, Mando? There hasn't been a whole bunch.
Yeah, the tennis centers pretty much, they haven't got too much more done than the last time. I know that they did the wrapping. They're getting ready to pour out there. The slide there, the picture that I added is just that of where the existing slab will be going. The work we've done out there is we're getting ready to start. As soon as the contractors are ready for us, we're going to be trenching the water supply line out from the meter. If you see the slide in the background, I went ahead and added a picture that showed all the new windscreens that we just installed these last couple months. And we've also purchased new windscreens to do the back tennis courts that weren't done on the first phase that we did. So as soon as the building goes in, we've already gone with Don out there from the tennis league, and we're going to be installing the new windscreens and getting finishing up with all the palm trees as well. So hopefully by our next meeting, that cement will be poured.
Cool. The next one on the list is Hunter Park. Hunter Park, we're about, I guess, 30 to 45 days out from receiving the equipment and getting that installed. So that's everything else we're doing in-house.
Which one's Hunter? By El Pato?
Over there by the DPS office.
Oh, okay.
So in-house, Mando staff is laying a concrete pad under the little pavilion that's there. So that'll be done by all I guess pretty much all together with the new playground going in. And then the next one is D, which is Arroyo Colorado Trail Extension. Javier?
Yeah, so on the trail, we went out for bid. We received 5 bids, and so the lowest bid that we received was G&G Contractors, which is the same contractor that is doing the HEB Tennis Center for us. And so we had a pre-construction meeting, I believe it was a week ago, and so we're trying to get all the documents ready from him, his bonding, his insurance and everything, so we can start that project. The project is, it's about, I can't remember if it was 180 days or it was 225 days, but we want to get started as soon as possible because that grant that we received from Valley Baptist, the deadline to complete it was February of 2021. And so we've already visited with the funding entity, and they have no problem with us asking for an extension, but as long as we're moving forward and we show some progress. And so so that project is getting underway. It's gonna be the trail from Bogus. There's gonna be 3 crossings, 3 pedestrian bridges, and then it's gonna terminate before Dixieland, and then it's gonna have a turnaround, and then you come back to Bogus or back to McKelvey. And so we're also gonna include a parking lot. We're gonna add, I believe it was 12 parking spaces, which is gonna go in just north of Bogus Ford parking area. They had donated that land to us recently so that we can build this parking lot, so that it can meet the ADA or it can be ADA compliant. But I think other than that, we're ready to move on that. Everybody's excited. And then again, that one came in over budget, including the parking lot was about 497,000 over. And so we went to the community improvement board, asking them for the additional funding, and said they kind of agreed to it. So that's why we're going back to them in 45 days to get that taken care of as well.
So will persons on the trail be able to, you said that it turns around before Dixieland, so will they be able to get up into Dixieland Park?
No, they won't. And I'm not sure if you all recall or if I had shared with y'all, but we were trying to negotiate with the property owner at the intersection of the Arroyo and Dixieland. Mr. Koppel's son, I forget what his name, I think it was Jacob, I think is his name. So anyway, he's the trustee of the land that his dad owned. And so that property there is under a partnership. And so there's, I think, like 5 members on that partnership. And so when we're trying to negotiate with him, Mr. Koppel said, you know what, whatever we can do, we'll help you. But then the other partners wanted several considerations or concessions or whatever you would call it, as part of the part of the donation. And so we just couldn't make it happen with them. So we said, you know what, we're gonna pull back. We'll look for another site for the parking, and we'll continue negotiations with them at a later date. And so so anyway, we're still working with them to try to make that connection up to the street, so that people can access Dixieland Road. Did I answer your question?
When they do that, they need to take into consideration too that, we don't want all the bad stuff that's going on at that Ramsey to move over there. So make sure it's like, not hidden, I guess, like the other one. I don't know. I guess they moved from Dixieland Park to Ramsey when they, previously.
Oh yeah, I see what you're talking about. So The other thing that I want to share with y'all is again, when we talk to them about the project and what we're doing, you know, the 4B Community Improvement Board really jumped on and they like what we're doing. And so they want us to look at or consider extending that trail. And so they want us to continue negotiations with the couple and their partnership, or look for another alternative route to connect to Dixieland. And so we've been working on that as well. And the other thing that we're working on too is to make the connection from McKelvey to Hugh Ramsey along the Arroyo. So there's funding available through the state for planning and for construction. And so we want to see if we can get one of the two. If it's just planning, we can go out and hire an engineer to start doing the construction drawings and doing the environmental work, so we can get all the permits and contracts ready, and then go after funding from Valley Baptist if we don't get the funding from the state.
Cool.
Next one is miscellaneous parks improvements. This is gonna be Armando.
The first one's gonna be the Arroyo Trail bridges. So with this last flood that we got, the bridges were underwater for several days again. As far as we know, since they were constructed, they hadn't replaced any of the boards. So we went ahead and took advantage and used some of this year's money to purchase the boards for the bridge. The bridge is roughly 80 feet long. The boards that go down are 12 by 10 feet with 3-inch depth. Pressure treated lumber. They run us about $65 a board. Each bridge is roughly 80 boards, so it was about 5,200 per bridge. If you look at the slides, the first bridge that we were able to get done was the one that's nearest to McKelvey Park. The guys, we did all that work in-house, so the guys went in, they ripped out all the old boards, grinded off all the remaining screws, galvanized painted the beams underneath, and then went ahead and reset the new boards. So if you're out on the trails, you'll notice that the newest one, like I said, closest to McKelvey, has been completely redone. And hopefully here in the next week or so, we're gonna get started with the one that's nearest to Bogus and CB Wood.
Good deal.
Next slide is going to be for the B cycle. We're going to be doing the dock stations. I know that we already had selected McKelvey Park, and Lonsey Hill Park was another one. So the guys went ahead and formed and poured the cement slab in-house, which was just a basic 8-foot by 30-foot. We ran the electrical conduit through it that's going to be used to power up the station. So if you look at the slides, like it's just the guys, you know, forming and pouring and getting that stuff done, which was actually quite a bit of work because the guys had to pour it in-house. It wasn't enough to get an actual truck of cement. So they were mixing and pouring by hand. So I'm proud of the guys for that. Also, the other slide is going to be underneath the bridge over at McKelvey Park. We've been working a lot recently with Ruben Trevino and the Tamayo House kids. With all this COVID, they've been inside also, so they've been working on trying to get out and do volunteer projects throughout the city. Ruben Trevino usually gets in contact with me, you know, asks us for bags. They'll go do trash pickup at a park. If we have any landscaping projects that we need to get done, they try to assist with those kind of things. We had noticed that the pillars underneath the bridge over at McKelvey Park, I know they had been painted different colors, blue, green, red. They were just in bad shape, covered in graffiti. So we got that project going for the volunteers, or for the Tamayo House kids. They came out and they knocked it out in a couple of days, painted everything, cut around the beams, and cleaned it all up for us.
Awesome. Good work.
Pretty good.
Also, our last slide here for us is the food distribution. We still continue to do the food distribution. The last two we had was August 26th and August 12th, I believe. We'll be having another one tomorrow. parks, we're all out there. David, myself, Lupe, Betsy, Christina, Jacob. We assist, with the setup. We unload the food that's going to be distributed. The guys, my staff goes out there and does traffic control, setup, stuff like that. And I know that the girls, Betsy and Christina, are doing all the registration. So that's really a big project that we've been doing twice a month, but also very good for the community.
Thanks, Mando. Next up, we have Betsy with the recreation.
Okay, yes. Hi everybody. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it's really quick. We have been doing, like you all know, the virtual classes, exercise classes. I just wanted to let you know that we brought back the boot camp through the videos. We share YouTube videos on our Facebook page Tuesdays and Thursdays at 8 a.m. And then we added a new yoga class. The instructor's name is Megan Garcia. She's really good. And this one is Tuesdays and Thursdays at 11 a.m.
Thank you, Betsy. Up next, we have Aquatics, and I'm not sure we've introduced our aquatic supervisor, Jacob. He worked under Adam, so he's kind of taking the role of the supervisor position, and I guess he's come in doing a lot of stuff. So hopefully he can let us know what's going on in the swimming pools.
Oh, hey guys, my name is Jacob. I'm here, and just to go over a couple things that we've been doing. The guards are doing great. We're doing a lot of work. With the last flood that we got, it jumped the motors over at Victor. So with that, without circulation going, we had a bit of black algae growing there. They've been doing a really good job at scrubbing it off. We purchased some black algicide and pretty much removed all of it completely. It also, brought out some problems with the pumps themselves. But I've been saying, we've been working on making updates and just kind of fixing things that have been broken. So we replaced the lids on those. Everything's working great now. All 3 pools are looking fantastic. Water's blue. In addition, the guards have really been, showing the true colors and just cleaning up the pools entirely. Right now that we're not focused on Pendleton and lap swimming, water aerobics and such, we've had a lot more free time to kind of diverse our projects and what we're doing. So from power washing restrooms, the floors over at Victor, Launcy, and just really making them sparkle. The first step on that was just to get everything clean. From here, we have some paints as well that we want to go ahead and touch up all the things that need touch ups over at Victor and Launcy as well. And from there, we have the gazebos over at the splash pad. This is going to be like a future project within the next coming week or so. But we want to go ahead and power wash the gazebos there, give them a good stain, replace the broken barbecue pits that we have out there. Just try and get just really bring them to life again, because after some time, a lot of that stuff's been there for quite some time already, and it's just getting dull, weathered, and it's outdoors 24/7. So with everything that we've been having, it's eroded a lot of the stuff. So right now we're just taking the time to really bring everything back to life. And with the guards, they're helping out with food distributions as well. They're here at the Parks and Rec office in the morning and afternoon at the front door. So we have them spread out, but they're doing a great job and really helping out with my new position that I just got here. So that's pretty much what we're working on right now. Just painting, cleaning, and maintaining everything, and it's going pretty well.
Thanks, Jacob. Next month, hopefully we'll have some pictures of some of those updates we're doing at those, like the gazebos and stuff. So so you guys can, see the hard work that they're doing.
Can I add something just to the discussion? I just want to share this. Staff is working on policies. So in the event that we do open that there will be some type of, I don't want to say restrictions, but it'll be the policy um, of what we'll be doing or what we'll be asking the public of in the event that we do open up our pools or fields or whatever. And so we've had some requests already to open up our playgrounds in our exercise facilities, and we've kind of we told them that we're not ready to open those up yet. And so so if things do get better, like I said, the staff has been directed to come up with some policies, so we're looking at that right now. The other thing I wanted to share is this week. We're hosting the testing, COVID testing over at the sports complex. I believe it's today, tomorrow, Thursday, or is it just Friday? Right?
It's only up until Friday, Javier.
Friday, and then on Saturday we're having our second census barbecue, and so we're trying to get people to sign up for the census. And so we're inviting people to come out, sign up, and what we're doing is we're providing them a barbecue plate. So it's going to be from, I believe, 10:30 to 1 this Saturday at the sports complex.
Cool. David will be cooking all the chicken.
Okay.
Let me know if you need a pit.
Other than that, is there any number 6?
Javier, is there any ETA more or less when they're gonna open up the fields and stuff? And I get parents asking me all the time. But
yeah, no, we don't have any clue yet. Lupe has been checking with the other cities. Giving a report, I mean, you know, kind of shares with me what the other cities are doing, and so we just want to be ready in case the mayor or city manager asks, hey, you know what do you think? You know, can we open? So
yeah.
Lupe is checking with other cities, see what they're doing, and so they're pretty much keeping their things closed as well. And so I know that there was a study that came out recently about the start of school, right? And so they're saying that the classroom setting is not where people are contracting the COVID, but it's their extracurricular activities. So kids that are playing volleyball, football, whatever, that's where the kids are contracting the COVID. And so that's what that just kind of reinforces, you know, our thinking, right, as far as keeping the parks closed for now.
Yeah, I hear you. I think we're doing good. We're on a decline, I think, on numbers. So there's no need to, you know, mess that up right now. Let's take it slow, I think.
David, was that our last agenda item?
There's just number 6 is the discussion and possible direction to the city staff as to any items to be placed on future agendas.
Thank you. Anything else, board?
Nope.
I would like to add there at the I guess La Placita, the park there. Is there anything that we can do? I know we brought it up in the past, but man, there's a lot of loitering there. And one of the business owners there I was talking to him, and he goes, man, you know, these people you know, he said it's hard to run a business because they're constantly just hanging out there and coming in. Can they use a restroom there? And, you know, they want to cool off. And I understand it's, you know, they're people and it's hard, but, you know, it's such a pretty park, and it's a nice, you know, it's right in the center of Harlingen. And I think we need to do something with that park, whether it's putting a little 4-foot fence around the park just to keep them out. I don't know. I mean, we need to discuss, I think, something, come up with an idea, you know, to do something about that the loitering and the drug activity. And, you know, I mean, I brought it up the last time, and I wouldn't want to take my kids there for that reason. And there's a playground there, you know, and I think we need to do something about that.
Is that Gutierrez?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, Gutierrez.
Yeah, we could put that on the agenda for the next meeting to discuss. You know, there's a lot of a lot of I guess on the city's behalf, right, where PD is coming together, planning, and our department, to come up with some ideas, but we can discuss it at the next meeting.
Okay.
Thank you. Anything else, board?
Nope.
That's it.
All right, do I hear a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion, we adjourn.
Second?
Any opposed? Okay, all right, meeting is adjourned at 12:40 p.m. Thank you, everybody. See you next month.
All right, thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks.
Yeah.